That's good. Okay, now I think I will. There was some audio. Okay, I checked the mic. Okay, thanks. Now I think now it should work. Sorry, nobody was there. So now it should work. Okay. So sorry, nobody told me. Okay, that's good. Actually, in that's from where I'm streaming, by default it didn't took my Bluetooth mouse. Generally, it was taking something else. Okay, I've changed it. I think it is working. No, thank you. Thank you for telling. So now what is this? So this is how I have done it. So this all this React Native and all these things have been shown like this. And what else? Text is styles dot text. Text is not okay. It is not text. It is text because this is text. I'll save it. Let's see. Now it will show like this big text. A big text edition. Just a bit of styling is there. An item also I've given this justify content alignment as you learned yesterday that everything is flex by default in your React Native. So see this is like it is coming like this. And what is there if okay. So the last one, see this last one is MongoDB. It is coming here. Here it is coming MongoDB. Okay. So there are two MongoDB. Let me do this three a bit different. Learn Rust maybe for Web3. Learn what else? Shift again. It is picking up and learn Kotlin. Again, it is picking up. So let me do this thing. Okay, learn Rust, Shift, and Kotlin. I have done. So this all are done. Then what is there? So if I let me increase the font size now. So 30 is there. So I'll increase it to 40. I'll save it. See now what happened. It cut from here. Shift it is coming, and I'm not even able to scroll it. So this is the problem. I'm not even able to scroll it in a normal. If I give it like this is a React way to give it. Okay, item.map and a view I will give. I'm not even able to scroll it. By default, scroll is not enabled in a React Native. So I'm not able to scroll it. I'm moving my mouse towards the up. I'm not able to scroll it. So how to make it? How to fix it? To fix it, we have something known as scroll view in React Native. You have to make the scroll view. You have to wrap this all in a scroll view. So I'll go here and do the scroll view. I'll do scroll view. I'll do like this and this. I'll do and save it. And now it is telling me scroll view is not there. So scroll view, I'll go and comma scroll view and save it. So see now it is there. See now I'm able to scroll it. Now I'm able to scroll it easily. So this is what the scroll view does. It enables a scroll view. It enables a scroll view, and this is how it works. So that is there, and I'm not able to see. Okay. So this is what is known about the scroll view. We have one thing. We have one more thing here. Okay. Scroll view and list or something. Okay. So we'll learn the list has a problem and the scroll view learn. So now the next thing we will learn is about something known as a refresh control. In mobile app, there is something like a pull to refresh. Pull to refresh we need to do. So that is what. So when we want to get some data from endpoint, so we always all have seen this mobile app and we keep on doing this pull to the refresh. Maybe some cricket app is there or something. Keep on this pull to refresh thing. So that comes by default in means it comes as a control. It comes okay. So what control it comes? So we will have that control. And that control is known as refresh control. So we are going to do that. Refresh control. I'm going to do that. Then after this here, I'll come and const refresh, comma set refresh equal to use state of false. So this I've given another state variable I've taken. So now in scroll view, I can use this refresh control. How I will use it? So let us use it. So here I'll come and then after this I'll do a refresh control equal to like this, okay, and then refresh control I do, which I've just imported. Inside this, I will have a refreshing prop, which will be, so refreshing prop is there in it, which will be equal to this refresh, which is now false. Okay, so then after that, what I'm going to have this on refresh. I will have it here, a different function here. So on refresh, whenever the on refresh will work, it will call some function. Let us call it on refresh only, that function only. Also I will call it on refresh only, I will call it. Then we can give the colors also here, colors equal to like this, dark magenta. Dark magenta I will take, and this I have to self close it, so that's why it is giving me red. So I will self close it. It's on refresh. On refresh is what? On refresh is the function which we are going to create. So I will come here and do the this react just like putting const on refresh equal to like this, and this I'll do, and then set refresh is true. So I'm doing the set refresh is true. The state variable. So refresh is originally means if we are going to take it from here, so this refresh is originally false. The moment I do that thing, it will make it true. Means I will means like this I will do. Okay, so I will pull it down so that this thing will work then. Okay, so now what I will do, so when the refresh is done, so let us do something cool. So what I'm going to do, set items. I'm going to do this set items, this items I'm going to set. Let us set some item here. So let us do something. In real cases, what happens when you do this refresh, the data is again fetched from the API endpoint. Okay, API endpoint is fetched. So dot 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 items comma id is like items dot length. So this is a way, items dot length, this is a way to give the id as unique. Id should always be unique. So see the items dot length, this time it will be 11 after this. Items dot length is right now 10, it will become 11 after this. So items dot length, and then I will have a text is like text is equal to learn learn text, learn text, something like this item. Yeah. So that is done, and after this again I will do the set refresh to false. So this is something we do. I'll save it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come here and I'm going to see, I'm going to do it, and it is not working. Okay, it is working now. Encounter two children with the same name. I think it should be item plus one, I think. Now also to give this error, so this will give this error for some time. Okay, so see this thing, it is coming, and this item number 11 it is coming. It will give this error because I did some mistake initially, so it should be one. Okay, so this is see, this is adding this thing. So this is how it is working. The main thing is that this is working like this, and we are getting this nice when we're pulling it. So this refresh thing we are getting. This is a very common thing in mobile application. Okay, this is a very common thing in mobile application, and this anyways this log is coming. This will not come in the production. So this is how it works. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, so I think this is very cool. Okay, so scroll view is there. We have something known as a flat list also. So flat list also is very important. So let us look into some flat list also. So in this scroll view, we have to put inside it some like items, some list, and all those things. The flat view is something which the React Native people tells to use, and we can use it directly. Okay, so flat list we are going to use now. Okay. So again, let us flat list. Okay, we'll see something known as a section list first, then we're going to see the flat list. So let us do the section list first. So what is the section list? Section list is something which is like I can have a sections also here. Each of the sections we can have here. So let us do that, and for that I am going to actually comment this all out. Okay, and here we won't have this refresh and these things we are going to not have, and instead of this I am going to have a const of data equal to, like this, again array of object I'm going to have, and this array of object will be having like this: title is learn React Native, comma, I'll have a data. So what are the section list uses? Section list is for multiple sections will be there in our list. Means one main topic will be there, after that the subtopics will be there. Okay, the data I'm doing, and data after this I will have this item 1, item 2, and item 3. Similar to this, we'll have another title: learn PostgreSQL, learn GraphQL, and learn maybe Node.js. And this one I will have only item 2 items, and this one I will have only one item. Like this I'm going to have. Okay, so this I have already. So now we'll go here, and the scroll view thing again I'm going to comment it out so that you all can have this code. So I'll comment this out. This is how we comment it, and then okay, so here we'll come, and there is something known as section list. This is something again which is coming inbuilt, here. So section list we are going to have, and I can close it or it will give error. So the section list I'm going to have this instead of this scroll view and all these things. I'm going to have this thing. I'll use it later on. Okay, so this section list I'm going to have, and then after this, what happened here? We need to have something known as a key extractor. Key extractor equal to index and index of 2 string. So why I'm taking this? Since some of the thing we don't have an ID here, I don't have an ID, and most of the things we don't have an ID. So if we want to make our own ID, we use this key extractor. It will make the index itself as an ID. Okay, so this is required. It will give error. This is something which is common in the flat list also. We are going to see that, and then I'm going to have this sections as equal to data. Okay, then I'm going to have this render item equal to item, and text is again the same thing. Okay, so item I'm going to have, and then I'm going to have the another thing which is known as render section header. It's like this, section will be there. Okay, and we won't have it like this. Okay, we'll have a view here, view style equal to styles dot item. Okay. Then inside this I'm going to have a text is like this: styles dot title and styles dot text. Okay, so item and title, item and text, we already have both of these things, and this is how we have to give a section and you have to give a render item. So it's all these things you have to give like this only. I'll save it, and section list has been already been defined. Okay, why it is coming from here, don't know. Showing like this, some this color and all. Let me change this thing. Okay, this color and all, this container is there, and the flex one background is okay, and Item dot title, it is not dot title. Title is okay, it should be text. Okay. This should also be text. Now it is showing like this. Okay, now it is showing perfectly, and this is how we wanted it. Okay, so and this text, text, it's okay. So this is how the section list will show. Anyway, I should have taken it black, but it is okay. This is how you can change it, and this is how it will be shown, and this is how it will be. Okay, so instead of this, I'll make it black. And this I'll make it as light yellow. It will look like this. So this is what is about section list. So section list is work. See, all of these things are inbuilt. This section list is inbuilt. So it will look like this. Our section list will look like this. Now one more thing we are going to look into, which is much more common, which is a flat list. So flat lists are very much common, and for that maybe what we are going to do here, I'm going to remove this. I'll have again fonts languages. I'm going to have equal to this, and then like this name equal to skull, comma, key. This time I'm giving the key itself. Okay, this time I'm giving the key itself, and name equal to C, key 2, name equal to C++, key 3, Java key 4, JavaScript key 5, Python maybe key 6, and Rust, and this shift is key 8. So this is there, and now we are going to use the flat list. So flat list we are going to use. Okay. Now CFL is okay, and this will be, instead of this section list, this will be flat list. And you want to see a lot of things are same. The first thing is that this should be data, not languages, and key extractor we don't need because we're already given the key. Key extractor we don't need. Here I will have a data is equal to languages. Data is equal to languages, and render item is something we need, but render section is header we don't need. Render item is item, and this thing is there, and styles dot okay, item dot name, because I want to show the name. Item dot name I have done, and text is okay, and text okay. Save it, and see it is showing like this, text and all. It is showing like this, and maybe in this way I can what I can do here. Okay, because I'm only using this, I'll give a background here so I can look it much more better. Okay, it's like we need to give some margin also. It will, or else it will not look good. Margin top like 20. Yeah, now it is looking good. So this is how the flat list is been worked. So flat list is been worked like easy, like this render item only is there. So in section list, what we have seen that that other thing was also there, but it is not there in the flat list. So this is how the flat list works. Okay, so flat list we are done. Now okay, so let us do one more thing here. In this flat list, instead of showing the data like this, we are going to do a API call and do show our data from there. So let us see whether it will work or not. Okay, so how to do the API call. We're learning it soon, but it's okay. We are learning the how to do the API call. Instead of getting the data like this, we are going to do the API call. So for doing the API call, what I'm going to do, I'm going to shift this like this, and here like this, const data, comma, set data equal to use state of this. I can give a null. Initially it is null. Then I will have this use effect. So it is like your normal React only. Use effect I'm going to have, and we are going to do the API call like also React only. We are going to do the API call. So here I will run it in a component did mount way like this. Then I'm going to have a const get data equal to async. Okay, and we're going to hit the JSON placeholder, maybe JSON placeholder endpoint, and here not the users, I'll use the post endpoint and await, and this set data JSON is done, that is okay. And we have to call this get data also here. So this is not some React native code, this is a React code only, and we are going to hit this famous endpoint like this JSON placeholder endpoint we are going to hit. So which is the JSON, I think hope all of you know this JSON placeholder endpoint. So this is the JSON placeholder endpoint, and it will give me something like this. Okay. So this array of object it is going to give me. So yeah, so this I'm going to hit, and so this we have done. Get data is done, everything is done. The only things which we have to change here is like this. I will get a key also here. Key I will get it from this. See this ID is the key here. So which we are getting from the API endpoint. So we have to have a key extractor now, because see flat list and section list wanted some key thing to be here. If you don't have that key thing, we have to use a key extractor. So how to use the key extractor? Just we have seen in the section list also to use the key extractor. And here this data is like this data only, because this JSON. Okay. This data will be set here. Okay, so now we are going to have a key extractor. I'm going to have, and this will be equal to item and item dot id dot to string. To string we will do. So this is how the key extractor works, and here everything is okay, but we can take anything. Maybe I would take the item dot title. I will take. Okay, so this title is also coming. Let's see whether it is working or not. Title, and so everything else will remain same. Let's save it. Use state and use effect are not defined. Okay, so we have not defined this thing, and I don't know why it is coming like this. Use state, comma, use effect, and I will remove it and save it. Now it is coming. See, this title is coming. Cool. So this title is all this title is coming. So this is how we do the API call. This is how the API call has been done. So exactly React stuff is there. Only the thing is that we are using a flat list instead of a div and looping through it. So we can loop through it also. Like this, we can loop through it also. This is completely React way. But in React Native, we should always use a flat list. If you get some data, you should always use a flat list. There are a lot of other things are also there in this flat list. Okay, so this is there, and this we have done till here. Now what we are going to do here, okay, now what to learn. So now we are going to learn about the text inputs. So text and all are way, okay, so but how to do the input? See, React Native doesn't have anything related to web. We don't have something like a input boxes, input type text. All those things are not there. There are inbuilt things are there, like text input. So these are something extra in React Native which you have to learn. So we have this extra thing known as text input and all those things which are there. So let us again come back here, and here what we are going to do now, but a lot of things like this. Okay, no problem. So again I'm going to comment it out. Let have a const name, comma, set name. Again, React kind of concept set name, and it will be equal to use state of empty thing. Okay, like this. Then save area and all styles dot container and all these things are there. We are not going to have this thing again, so I will comment it out. So we're not going to use it. And container is okay, and flat list I'm again going to comment it out because we're not going to use it. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm going to have first I'm going to have a text now first. So let us have a text container. Then we are going to have something known as a text input. STYLE style equal to STYLES dot text. Okay, and then enter name going to have, and then text input. I'm going to so text input is the new thing, which is like the input type text is there. So this is used for those scenarios, input type text and all this. You have to take data from the user. So in those cases, I'm going to use this text input. So I will come here. Maybe I will put in the flat list, but we're not going to use a flat list. Text input I'm going to put, and then let me come back here, and here I'll do a style equal to styles dot something. We have to write styles dot input box. Maybe I'll write placeholder. See, everything is like an input type text only the name is different. Placeholder, and sometimes the value, sometimes it is a different. Enter name, you can enter name, and then on change text. It is not like on change, it is on change text is there. So on change text, what I'm going to do, whatever the text is, that text will be gone to this set name. So this is how the set name also works here. So that is done. And then we are going to see what the user have entered, and that we are going to do. We are going to have another text. Text is like this, and style equal to styles dot text hello name, whatever you are done. Styles dot text is done, but everything we have here like this text is there, container is there, but this input box is not there. So let us do some styles for this input box, then we are going to see what is there. Item we are not using it, maybe I'm going to use it here only in the input box, and text font size black, padding and all is there. This thing I don't need right now, padding and all, so I'll remove this thing. And input box we are going to div, so let me remove these things, and I'll have a width also. We can give width of 300 comma border width of 1. See, one thing is that there is no PAX, EAM or all these things. The 1, 2 number. This all things goes in React Native. So yeah, there are some differences are there. So border color is like and border radius is like 5 comma text line is like center, and font size 20, and heading is 10. So like this we are going to have all these things, width and all these things I'm going to have. Save it and see this hello, this thing is coming. Okay, so something okay. Let me move it to center also, because I can move it to center very easily. Let me move to align items and center. I need to move to the center. It is looking much more better. So I'll come here and I'll do a, so see, it is done. So means this is how it works. This is how it works. Just got to do this on change step. There we have a on change. On change is there in input box, but it is like this here. So this is how this text input works. Okay, and it has got actually a lot of other input things also, okay, in the text input. So these all things are very nicely given in the official documentation. So see this official documentation. This text input have got all the fields. It is given in this official document. What the fields are there? You can use. So all this thing, text input, and all this thing, you can come here and see. This is what is a scroll view. What is a section list? All of the list and all they are given. Well, okay. So that is there. So let us use some of them, not all of them. Let us use some of them. So there is something like I can make this to be changed to having a numeric value only. Okay, so how we can do that? First, for that I will enter, suppose I am taking the OTP from the user. So enter your 4-digit OTP, enter your 4-digit OTP, and then here what I'm going to do here, keyboard type equal to numeric, and max length equal to 4, because OTP is 4 generally, and secure text entry equal to true, means it will show that star 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 things. Okay, star 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 things it will show, and then I will save it. So see, it will happen like this. I did save it, and now I come here, enter a 4-digit OTP, and I can only enter the 4-digit OTP. So I entered like this. So this is like this, it is happening. And my on-screen keyboard is not happening. I forgot how to open this. Okay, keyboard, connect hardware, keyboard, toggle software. I don't know what is command K if I do. Okay, so see this kind of keyboard will come. Okay, so and command K, and so this kind of keyboard will come. Okay, so this is like this. Okay, command K, it will go away. So now the next thing which you're going to learn is about the buttons, touchable and pressable. So buttons are like we have seen in the previous class, and the buttons were very ugly. If you give a buttons, it generally is very ugly, but we're going to see again. And that problem is solved by, there is something known as touchables in React Native. We use that to solve that problem. And then there is something known as pressable, which is recently released in React Native. React Native also keeps on adding a lot of things. So that is there, and this what we have. Okay, so this name and set name is there. Then after this, we are going to have a const submitted, comma, set submitted equal to use. Everything is like React kind of thing only. Only there are different components are there. So use state and all these things are like this React only. So use state I will having. So after this text input is there, I'm going to have a button here. Okay, so I'm going to have a button, and this button I'm going to have like this BUTT button, and I guess it is a button only. So every component is like this capital letter in here. Okay, so this button I'm going to give it at the end. Maybe view I'm not using, maybe I will use it in the place of view. So this button I've given, so I'll come here, and after this I come here, title, I go back, title equal to submitted and question mark, and it will have, so I'm using this ternary operator. If submitted is true, then it will have to show clear, or else it will show the submit. So this also I can do here. Okay, so title I'm giving like this, and on press equal to like this, and here set submitted and not submitted I'm going to do, and after this I'm going to have a color of dark blue. Dark blue is a good color. Okay, so this I've done, and let me save it. So see the submit button, it has been shown like this. Okay, and this is also a problem. Okay, and I will have a bit of more after this input box. I'll have a margin bottom, a bit more margin bottom is equal to 10. I'll do, and I will save it. It will move a bit down. Okay, so that is okay. But the problem is that in iOS, see, it is showing like this. This thing it is showing. Let me try to click it, and on click it, it will do this clear thing because it will change it. Actually, on press, it will make it opposite of it. But in iOS, it will show like this, which is actually not a good thing. So let us see one thing in Android. Although my system will break because it is already running at like full thing. So one of the advice: never take a Mac Mini with 8 GB of RAM. If you want to do mobile development, take it with a 16 GB of RAM or anything, it will not work. See, it is already at it complete, but I want to show one more thing here which I can show. Anyways, it is quite fast. Then also this is quite fast because okay, so I want to play it in the Android emulator also, because I have that also set up in my system, but I want to close it soon. Okay, npx run Android, run iOS is there. It is like Android, maybe it will run because I want to show something. See, some of time what happens, some things is a bit different in Android, something is a bit different in iOS. So you want both of them. Some properties, I have done a lot of React Native stuff. Actually, I do blog and all also. So I've done a lot of blogging also in React Native. So some of the things are a bit different. See, this is the last thing which I was creating. Some Expo blogs, blog and all I was writing for a client. So this is like that. It is coming from there. So it is actually still it is loading. It is very slow. So it is loading. So some things are different in Android, something are different in iOS. So this is a cross mobile development. So when you are going to develop, you have to see in both of the places. Okay, something is different here, something is different here. So that is one of the reasons React Native developers are in so much high demand, because it is working in both Android and iOS. You don't have to write a different code. It is working in both of them. But yeah, some of the things are that it will show different. It will show different. Instead of working with Swift in iOS and Kotlin in Android, we are using like this. Now another competition, actually a very big competition to React Native is Flutter, which is recently released by Google, but it is quite new. But then also, I have seen a lot of people using it. If there is some, I have some videos of that also on my channel. Maybe I've prepared something more, because that is also something which is in great demand. Okay, so that is there. And see, my system has gone. The system has gone. So this is like the supreme testing of the system. Why this is a supreme testing of the system? Because I am streaming also. This requires a lot of effort. Means it's Android Studio. So if I go here in the activity monitor, okay, see activity opening, because swipe file is something which is like, it is using from your hard drive. It is using this 4 GB, it is using from hard drive. And oh I was thinking that Android will take only 3 GB. It is taking 6 GB. So this is what Android is. It is taking 6 GB of memory. So if it takes a 6 GB of memory out of 8 GB, so that's the reason the swipe file is being used. So this is the supreme pressure. A lot of, you will see a lot of videos on YouTube, and they will say that okay, like Mac one runs like crazy. No, MacBook M1 run like crazy. No, it doesn't runs like crazy. It runs so slow like this. And I am doing a supreme test. Maybe I'll put some video also on it. So see, it is like so slow. Means now my mouse itself is not even moving. Mac is fast, but you have to have 16 GB in Mac also if you want to run. So this is a very common scenario. You generally run both of them at the same time. I am not going to close this thing again and again like this. Even if I close it, so it will not happening like this. Okay, so it is so slow. So that is done. Okay, so let it run, because I want to show this thing, because it shows a bit different here. So let us see that how different it is there. Okay, so meanwhile, it is so slow. Maybe Okay. It will not open, I think. It will not open, I think. Okay. Meanwhile, you can mark your you all can mark your attendance. I should not have opened it because it has just hanged all of my system. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to close it. Actually, it is bundling 4%. Let us wait a bit because it is telling that build is successful and all. So this is how it is happening. So it means the build is successful, but it is doing this bundling and all. Okay, and it is taking a lot of test of my system. This is equivalent to task manager in Windows. This is something like this, activity monitor and all these things. uh, as you can see. Okay, yeah, so this is coming. So this is what I wanted to say. See this button here. Button is like so different. In the iOS it is showing like this, but in Android it is showing perfectly. So this is a very big issue here. So maybe I'm not able to even use it here. So this is how it is done. And I have to close the Android Studio soon, because this is why Android Studio takes a lot of space. Even if you're going to do it in Windows, it is going to take a lot of space. You should have a 32 GB. Yeah, 32 GB. I'm not joking. You have to have a 32 GB for Android Studio. 16 GB is also not enough. I have a Windows system also. Soon it was very slow. I was thinking it was also having 8 GB, and I have to do it a 32 GB because it's the top end gaming system. Then also Android Studio doesn't works well on it. Okay, because 8 GB is not sufficient. If it is taking 6 GB for Android, so how something else will run. So React Native, one of the main thing is the running the things on it. Means the coding language and all these things are very easy. But React Native, all this mobile development, the running thing is only one of the biggest problem it is there. So running everything. So I'm closing it because it is taking way too much physical space and all, and it will not even run. Means I don't know, but see the swipe memory and all these things are also so much. Swipe file should something is like it is taking the place from the hard disk, and when it start taking the RAM space from the hard disk, it become very slow. Mac, the more it will take from this hard disk is a fast hard disk. Means what is it is like NVMe. This flash disk is there, but then also it is very slow. So now it is not even closing this thing. Okay, maybe it will close. Yeah, so it is closed, and the moment it is closed, see the moment that 6 GB is gone. Okay, so that is there. And see, Firefox Developer Edition is also taking 2 GB of my space. This is a huge thing. I think I have to close that Firefox Developer Edition. It also takes a lot of different things. Google Chrome is much more better. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so we have done this thing. So now the next thing which we have to do is, as you've seen, there is a problem here. So we are going to use the, instead of this thing, we are going to better use a thing known as touchable opacity or touchable without feedback. These two things are there, and that is not exactly a button, but people create buttons with that touchable opacity and touchable without feedback. So how to do that? Okay, so let me do one thing. This button, let it be there, but I will comment it out, and I will have a touchable opacity without feedback. So this is like this: touch ch able opacity, touchable opacity, no, touchable without feedback. Touchable without feedback I'm going to do. Okay, so here what happens, touchable without feedback I'm going to do, and then again I have to do this thing, and I have to wrap. So these things in React Native was not exactly invented for buttons. It was invented to have the touchable feature, but people started using it for button because the button component doesn't shows well in the iOS. And as we've seen, iOS, it will not show well, and it doesn't have too many features to style it. Only whatever color you give, it is like that. So not too many features to style it. So we'll have this view and styles dot maybe a button style, and then I will have a view here like this, and I will have a text style, button text, maybe button text, and submitted is again clear and something. Okay, so there are two things which we have just used, this touchable opacity, touchable without feedback, and we have used view also. So I'm going to use both of them, touchable without feedback and view, both of them I'm going to use. So save it. Okay, so this is coming like this, but it is coming like a normal thing, but now we can style it anyhow, we can style it, and this is why people uses it. So button style and button text, we are going to style both of them. So I will come here and we can do any style here. So button style, and then if you want to do any style in a, you can do anything, like width is 100 comma height is 50 comma background color is dark blue instead of dark blue, like dark magenta, and border radius is 5, align items is like center, and justify content is like this, center. Okay, so this is done. Then comma button text will be there, the font size is 20 and color is white. So like this I'm going to have, and then I will save it. So see, as I've told, I can do anything here. So we can do anything here, and we have created a very good button. Now we are going to do something again. We're going to submit it and clear it. So it is working exactly fine, and it will look the same in Android also. I'm not going to open Android again, not this class will be over if I open Android again. So another thing is that React Native recently, so React Native came to know about this thing. See that nobody uses a button component. Everybody used to do this hack. So what they created a pressable component right now recently, because they could not change the old button component. So created this pressable component through which we can use a very much more better thing than this. So let us also learn about this pressable thing. So for this, I will comment this out, and then I will have this. Let us have this pressable. Okay. After this, I'll have this pressable like this. And here also I will have this on press. Similarly to this on press, I'm going to have on press. And then I will have okay, something like okay. So CY style into style dot button text style, and then this text style. Several again, we have to add something in between it. Pressable. Here I'm going to have this text is this clear and submit. I'm going to have, and button text is there. So I will now save it, and pressable I have not included, so let me include it. Pressable I'll go, and pressable I'll include, save it. So pressable is coming, the same kind of style is coming, and all these things I can do, but we don't have to use something extra, means something different. So pressable comes with a lot of other features, or features are also there, because touchable without feedback was just a hack. It was just the thing which people had to do. So what does pressable come with? So there is something, you can again you can go through the documentation and you can find it. I will tell you a cool thing. So there is something known as hit slop. What is this hit slop means? Hit slop means, see, this button is there in a Android and anything, any mobile, this button is there. So if I want to click it, I have to click just inside it, click inside it. But sometimes what happens, the user finger is like slippery or user finger is big. So they will press somewhere outside it. So I can also tell how much outside it is allowed. So like this, hit slop I will give top 10, bottom 10, and left 10 and right 10. So it means I can click here also. See, I'm clicking here. See, where is my mouse? Clicking here. I'm clicking here. It is not working like this. Maybe okay. I'm clicking just a bit outside, and it is working. So hit slop means that very powerful effect. And in Android, something else is also there. Some ripple effect is also there. So that again, I'm not going to start the Android and all. So okay. So we are done here. Means we've done a lot today also, and we saw the problem also in my system if I open the Android. So hope you all fill the attendance form, and we'll then meet tomorrow. And we're going to do it. Actually, I thought that I will be able to cover a lot of things, but there is a lot more things to cover. So maybe this React Native, I have to get a bit more advanced classes also with that. Okay, so we have not reached even the half phase right now. Okay, so now I'm going to end it here, and we are going to meet tomorrow. Thank you all, and